Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm doing a few odd jobs. So I've been in bed sick for most of the past week. I'm still not feeling too great. I am starting new meds hopefully next week, so fingers crossed. But there's a whole load of things that have just been piling up that I wanted to get done. So first up, I'm going to be planting out my onions that I grew on inside over the last couple of weeks that I showed you before. So I did repot them from the toilet paper tubes into like a casserole dish and a loaf tin, as you do, because I was going away for the weekend and I didn't want them to dry out. And in the toilet rolls, it works, but they do dry out very quickly. You have to water them every single day and sometimes twice a day, especially as they are on the windowsill above our radiators. So they're basically getting cooked. So I've saved them all, but I'm debating whether or not to use them again. So I have gone out and bought some plastic all-in-one seed trays without the little cells, because I don't want to have to pop them out or any of that nonsense. So I'm just going to fill them up full of compost and put the rest of my seeds in. So I've got a whole bunch of seeds that I bought the other day, which you would have seen in my monthly grocery haul, and a lot of those I'll be potting up on my windowsills to grow on indoors. I don't have a greenhouse or a cold frame or anything like that, so my windowsills are what I'm using to grow on my seedlings. I'm going to be planting out my onions, and I am going to be doing my potato tower challenge. So there's a channel here on YouTube called Grow and Tell, and she and another channel did a collaboration where they've launched this Potato Tower Challenge 2018. So I'm going to do that. So the rules of it are basically you can only have one potato to start in your tower, and your tower has to be 1 metre tall. So I'm using some of the white plastic twin wall stuff that we bought to do our caravan project with, and some cable ties to make a 1 metre tall potato tower. I'll build a little flap in at the bottom to be able to actually harvest the potatoes from the bottom. But yeah, so that is what I'm going to be planting on today, and then planting up my seed trays indoors. I'm sure there was something else I was going to do today, but I can't remember what it was. But I'm going to be taking it very slowly because I'm still not feeling great at all. So let's get started. So I'm just going to quickly show you my potato tower challenge setup. So I've got my potato that I'm going to be planting. I can't remember what variety these are. I got them ages ago and they've been sitting in a cupcake tray chitting, and I've forgotten, but they're white potatoes of some description or other. So I'm going to plant this one. You're only allowed to plant one in your potato tower, and I've got my tape measure to show that my tower is 1 metre tall. So just get on. So I've got a bunch of different seeds here that I'm going to be planting up in these plastic seedling trays. So I bit the bullet and bought these because the toilet rolls were drying out too fast and I needed a larger volume of soil that could obviously stay wet for longer sitting on the windowsill directly above our radiators. So this is what I've gone for. They were $1.99 for 5 from B&M and they are going to last many years, so I figured, you know, even though they are plastic, it's a worthwhile investment for me because the toilet roll thing just didn't really work out ideally. I still got them and I may use them for things throughout the year, but I think probably I'm going to plant my seedlings up in these just because it means that they don't need watering 2 or 3 times a day in order to stay moist. So I've got a couple of different things that I am sowing indoors at the moment. I've got a whole bunch of other seeds over there that will be sown later on in the season, but these are some that I'm going to plant up today. So I ordered these online and they are chamomile seeds, German chamomile flowers, basically for making chamomile tea. So they have come with no instructions whatsoever, so I am going to have to look up online what to do with sowing those. I've got some mint here that I'm going to sow up also for teas. So these 2 will go in the back garden in the hanging baskets. It's a bit more shady out there, but I think that these will work well in the hanging baskets. So with both of these you want to keep them warm and moist, and the same with the rhubarb as well. So I am going to use a couple of different things. I've got my little glass greenhouse that goes on the windowsill, and then I may also use clear plastic bag or something depending on what I've got, what I can find. It says to use that on here, but I'll just see what I've got. I'm not going to buy anything special for seeding, for planting these seeds. Next, there's some cauliflower. I tried to grow cauliflower last year along with broccoli and cabbages and kale and all sorts of things, but they all just got eaten by the caterpillars. So this year I've planted 10 tonne of garlic and onion out there, which is supposed to help prevent the caterpillars from eating everything. So I'm going to give these another go. I've then got 3 varieties of tomato. So this one is the indeterminate, and this one is also indeterminate, which means that they are vine tomatoes. They need support, but also they will fruit at different times throughout the year. So I will get a sort of slow, steady supply of tomatoes from these rather than a bumper crop all in one go. This one is actually semi-determinate rather than fully determinate, so it might need a bit of support. And it's likely that this will also crop a little bit more in the middle between all at once or sort of as and when throughout the year. So I'm going to plant all 3 of these. There are also some plum Roma tomatoes in this selection here, which I'm going to plant as well. So I should have 4 different varieties of tomatoes going on, which means hopefully I should get a good crop of tomatoes. We eat a lot of them in salads in the summer, and we eat them in the ketchup. I made the homemade ketchup video, which I will link to above here for you to go and check out if you want to. So a lot of these will go into ketchup and passatas and things for the rest of the year, or they'll go straight into summer salads. Then I've got 3 of these multi-pack seeds from Aldi. So there's 8 in each of these, and then there's 4 in this one. So there's 20 odd seeds there for me to pick from. They've all got different instructions on the back for each of the seed types that say when to sow them and how to sow them. So I'm going to go through the ones in here that need sowing at the moment. I've also got a bunch of different wooden lolly sticks that I saved last summer, and I'll be using these and some pens to make little markers to go in my seed trays to say which seeds are where, so that I remember what it is that I've actually got when it comes time to plant it outside. So I'm just going to crack on and get started. So I'm back in bed chilling now, absolutely worn out by that. So just to sign off, I have planted up all the things inside and out that I wanted to get done today, so I'm really pleased with that. But yeah, I might have overdone it slightly. So go and check out the Grow and Tell Potato Challenge. I will link the video in the description box, and thanks for watching. Bye guys.